Well, hello everybody. Welcome to today's daily dose of awesome. So, I just want to do a quick check-in with you guys. Want to see who is listening in, who's got me on live. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Just so real quick check-in. So if you guys can hear, I'm checking down on my tablet, making sure everything is good. So I hope all is well with you guys. Super excited to be on here tonight with you guys, or today actually, on the Daily Dose of Awesome. This is our 15 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education. My name is Chef Katrina, and I am the Director of Client Experience here for Elite Marketing Pro, also a speaker, a mentor, and a team building specialist. This actually was brought to my attention yesterday. No, just kidding. So I'm super excited to be with you guys here today because I have a very important topic to talk to you about. One that is actually crucial to the survival of not only your business, but potentially everybody that is in your life. So one of the things that comes up is, and I'm going to reference my years back at Walt Disney World. I was a chef there for well over 12 years and had an incredible time. And it taught me something that today is the cornerstone for how I build my business. And how this lays out and how this rolls out is that it's recognition is really what it is. So what I discovered after being at Disney for 12 years is actually something that it was a craving almost. Every time I talked with an employee, every time I did an event, this was something that was so critical in business and in what I was up to. So let me paint the picture for you, okay? How many of you, also just a quick question is, how many of you are working currently, right? So how many of you guys currently are holding down a job, working pretty hard, and you're going to work 9 to 5 or whatever that looks like? Just want a quick conversation with you guys about that. So I'm checking to see who's checking in with me. And the reason I asked this question is because something really profound, I'm going to just give you guys a little love here. A little profound came up for me, and that was that the thank you. The thank you was probably the most critical element in the world that I got. So here's what happens when we go to work. We go to work, we get up early, we could, miss time with our family, we're missing time with our children, we're missing time with our spouse, we're missing time with connecting with people, and in the kitchen world, I would be working holidays. I can't tell you how many Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgivings I worked in the kitchen providing service for other families that would come into the restaurant. And I had a blast doing it. Don't get me wrong. It was absolutely a pleasure. And the thing that I got from that experience was that people crave the thank you. They crave the appreciation, the acknowledgement of what they had to give up or do to, make it to work, right? And what I discovered is that the more I said thank you, right? I would do pre-shifts every day, and I would actually start off, first thing that would come out of my mouth was like, thank you guys for being here today. Like, I know it's tough being here. I know some of you guys are on 6 days. Some of you guys are working double time, overtime. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that you're here, and you're here for the team, because we couldn't do this without you, right? And it became such a huge win for everybody. And I didn't realize how important that win, that thank you was. So what I discovered when I transitioned, when I left the world of Disney, when I left the corporate kitchen and I came online, what I realized was that what I had learned about saying thank you and acknowledging people for what they had to do was still one of the biggest elements of my success to my online business. It was actually recognizing people and thanking them for, hey, I know took something for you to buy a product, right? I know it took something for you to go and go online and do some research. And I want to thank you for reaching out for me and trusting me with getting this education and training, right? The other element that I really discovered is that, guys, we love recognition. We crave it. It's actually an addiction in our world right now because of social media. And we crave recognition because here's what happens. And this is a true, test this out. But they say that the average person checks their phone 120 times a day. And we are addicted to the dopamine that happens when we get notifications, when we get people to comment. As you guys are probably going through this, hey Melinda, how are you doing? You know, the little thumbs up and the happy faces and little hearts you guys give me. Trust me, I'm addicted for you guys being like happy, right? Because it's an instant recognition. It's instant appreciation for something that I've done and put up there, right? So I'm just looking down because I've got stuff going on over here. But I'm watching your guys' comments. I'm watching what you guys are doing. And really what happens where the tire meets the road is when you can edify your team. When it's not so much about the success you're having, and I see this a lot now because I run a community, I run with a lot of people. What I found actually works. It's not bragging about your own success. It's actually edifying your team's success. Being for them their cheerleader, their rah-rah, right? Because a lot of times what we see in success or what we think is successful, like, okay, I got my first lead, so what? And we may dismiss it, right? But if I come in and said, oh my gosh, you got your first lead, like check this out. I'm recognizing Melinda or Sandra for getting their very first lead or making their very first sale. Hello, Sandra, by the way. And I'm super excited to have you guys celebrate with them in their milestones, in their achievements, because I'm learning this too. I step over my own achievements. I step over my ability to create incredible things. I step over a lot of things myself. And so what my coaches that I have, because of course I have to get coaching also, is that right now we actually have to recognize our wins and our possible failures, right? Not necessarily failures, but maybe what we didn't complete. Maybe said we were gonna, so here's an example. I said I would go ahead and I have to do something called a vivid share. So I have some stories I have to create. And currently I'm behind. I don't have them down on paper. I don't have them complete. So that's a missing, right? And I have to own up to it. I have to say what I didn't do, right? Because that was something that needed to get done. If I didn't pick up the phone, here's another example. I have a client that scheduled an appointment. If I don't pick up the phone and call them, right, that's a missing. If I do call them, then that's a win. So it's just acknowledging what you have going on in your life, right? Not everything is always going to be a win. Sometimes things do, get left to the get in the way, and other things come up, and stuff happens. Absolutely. But it's acknowledging when things happen and when things go awry, and if it affects somebody, which typically everything we do in life affects somebody, just acknowledging that and, really just getting in there. Yeah, so Scott's put on there, it's like, yeah, I thank you and I really appreciate you. Yeah. Like one of the biggest things when I'm signing off on my emails is with gratitude, right? Like, I'm so thankful I'm writing you this email that we have this ability to converse using the internet. That was a huge, huge thing for me. It was always to be in gratitude, always to be appreciative of every dollar, everything that people spent. Because they're spending their hard-earned money, they're spending, and they're giving up time to be on, training and hang out with us and be here. And it takes something sometimes, right? It takes giving up something. It takes stepping away from work, stepping away from family to be on here. So, I'm of gratitude for every single one of you that is on right now, right? This takes something of you guys to schedule it in, make time for the daily dose of awesome, hang out with Fernie, myself, and all of our mentors that are coming on here. And, really, they're a stand for your success. And one of the things I love about the Daily Dose of Awesome, and I have to give credit where credit is due, one of the big founders behind this was Dr. Bob Clark, who you got to listen in with yesterday, right? He talked about how do you build your business part-time? What is the critical elements? And Dr. Bob was really a huge stand for you guys to get access to these leaders and mentors and really help shift your mindset on what it takes to successfully build online. So, that was a huge, huge element. And I'm super appreciative of that because it's definitely evolved. Like what we started off with is not where it's at today. And we didn't know what it was going to turn into. We just said we were going to do it, right? We had no clue what we were doing. I think Bob and I did, 30 days of Daily Dose of Awesome when it first started out because that was our commitment that this get off the ground and it becomes successful. So in that, it was just a matter of recognizing those that got on the call, those that were participating in the mindset and the training. And, now you guys have the ability to take this video, right, and go out and share it. And I always recommend sharing it. You never know where people are at and what they need to hear, right? So it's never about what you're getting out of this video only, but what's possible for other people to get out of these daily dose of awesomes, out of these trainings, out of the mindset that comes out of this, right? And learning just to say thank you, learning to be appreciative. Like when you get that lead, I have a lot of you guys that ask, what do I say? I got my first lead. You know, first thing I would say is thank you. You know, thank you for inquiring into the 10-day boot camp. You know, how can I help you? How can I serve you in finding success in your business, right? When you thank somebody, it's so out of the blue. It's so left field because so many of us, and I'm not saying it's bad, good or bad or indifferent, but there's this tendency not to say thank you, right? Not acknowledging the person for taking an action. So there's something about saying just thank you for inquiring in, or thank you for stopping by my website to learn more about how to build your business. I hope you get value out of the 10-day boot camp. I know day 3 was probably one of the most valuables in turning and setting my mind on how to effectively use social media and the internet to build my business. You know, that for me, and I promise you, that's exactly what I say. Like the 10-day boot camp really is, if you go through it and read it, it's transformative, right? It really does give you the step-by-step kind of mindset of what it takes and what the transition looks like to be on the internet building your business as opposed to the face-to-face. Though shockingly enough, everything that is taught about recruiting offline, like meeting people, calling up, setting appointments, that world still exists in the world of internet marketing, right? You're still building relationships. Relationships don't stop the moment you get online. And it doesn't like mean that everyone's going to see and hear you, because I promise you right now, not everybody that I know that's a friend on my Facebook page is currently on Facebook, right? They're on at different times. They're checking for a few minutes here or there. So it really does take something to get on, right? It takes something to show up and, you know, what is it that's valuable to people? What is it that they want to see? And I'm going to leave you guys with this. So it's not only a being of gratitude to, hey, I got my first Facebook page created, like acknowledging your teammate or your affiliate or your client or somebody that when they do that, right? Acknowledge them for that, because it took something for them to do that, right? For me, I know when I first created my first Facebook page, I wanted to throw my computer across the room. I had everything against technology possible. If I could be your anti-technology, you know, pin poster for that, I was. Like, I could not stand technology. It was too conceptual. It wasn't enough tactile. Being a chef, everything is hands-on. So can you imagine when somebody says, oh, you just do this and this, and I'm like, I get it not working, right? But it was persistent. It was persistence to learn this information and then start sharing what I was learning with other people. And really what happened is when I had to start sharing and opening the doors and letting people in to see what I was doing, did I get better clarity around what was going on. So not only do you guys have an incredible community here with Elite Marketing Pro, but I request that you guys actually engage in the community. There's never a question that can't be answered over and over again, right? We have so many new people coming into this industry. We have so many people that are looking to build their business, to take it to the next level. So many of them that don't have time to do home parties and are looking for a better way to use the internet to do that. And the opportunity is right here in front of you, and you can present this. There's new people just coming in, but they need to be recognized, right? They're craving that recognition also. They're craving the be able to spend more time with their family. They're craving all of that. And so I invite you really to start acknowledging the person that becomes the lead, acknowledging the person that decides to buy a product or service from you, and realize that they're probably scared, insecure, unsure of, and have no idea what they're doing either, right? So, and that's a great place to be, because there's so much to be learned when you guys are truthful and honest and say, hey, I don't know, but I can go find out. Or you know what, that's a great question. Let's see if we can discover that together, right? There is something in building teams, in recognizing people and the edification, the acknowledgement of other people's success, right? We don't toot our horn enough And it really takes something, and it really makes us feel special and appreciated, and that we're on the right path when somebody recognizes us for what we do. So, and you know, I just got something from that. I can probably do that a little bit better myself. I am a hit or miss around that sometimes, and I'm absolutely going to admit that right now here in front of all of you in this community, is that I'm not perfect at it. Sometimes I'm really good at it, and then there's some days where I'm really bad at it. And that's just a matter of just staying consistent and staying in the world of, right? Just making sure that I'm acknowledging that you are an amazing individual, that you're out here to create a better life for yourself, right? And for your family. That's really ultimately why many of you are on here, is that you want something different in your life, right? You want the opportunity to go out and just do incredible things. And so I want to be a stand there for you. And if I fall off the wagon, somebody let me know, right? Just say like, hey, you fell off. What's going on? And I'm okay. Yeah. So appreciate, acknowledge, edify. Yeah, people are real. I'm like reading my notes. I'm looking down, so you guys may see me look down, but I'm reading my notes for you guys. I'm seeing you guys comment. So Sandra said, appreciate, acknowledge, and edify. Business Academy says, keep in mind that leads are real people. They are. Oh my gosh, they're so real. They're sitting behind the computer. Like, you guys, I just want to acknowledge, like, you're sitting behind the computer, but you're a real person, right? Everybody sits there and eats and lives and breathes, and your heart's racing, and, you know, it's just crazy how really so much alike we are, and yet we think we're so different. And it's just a matter of getting out there and being in this world and in this work. And I acknowledge you guys for taking on the world of learning this internet marketing skill, because it takes something to learn this, and it takes something to stay consistent in this, and it takes something to show up every day. I mean, this is no joke. Those who have created the 6 and 7 figures, which many of you guys, you know, want to become, right? Man, they've put in a lot of work, because it really does take something, and it takes acknowledging the people you're working with, because you're going to build a team. And you're going to build an incredible team. And the team that's going to stay with you and hang around you with the most is the one that feels like they've been appreciated, feels like you're really in it for them, feels like that you've got their best interest at heart, right? I can't feed you. So here's a good analogy, right? I can provide you all the training in the world, right? I can create the best, most flavorful, amazing meal possible. And I can put it in front of you. But it's only you that can pick up the fork to feed yourself. Only you are able to nourish your body, take it and take the actions to either enjoy it or tell me that it sucks, right? And that is what the world of internet marketing is that we are providing an incredible resource, an incredible place for you to play. And the request is that you take action on this, that you start implementing it, that you start getting messy in this world and be okay with it, and you start acknowledging people for the steps that they're taking and what they're doing in their business, because it's not easy. Many of you guys on here will tell you this is not easy at all, but it is a lot of fun, and it is an opportunity for you to go out and really be a difference in the world. So 2 words, honestly, that can totally change the way your business grows is simple. Thank you. Thank you for being a lead. Thank you for buying a product. Thank you for joining my team. Thank you for being frustrated. Thank you for asking the question. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being human. Thank you for making a mistake. You know, all of that. And just being of gratitude. I think that's one of the big things we always say, is be of gratitude. Not only thankful for what you have in the world, but thankful for the people that you have in your life. So with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this daily dose of awesome here on this beautiful Thursday. Stay tuned. I believe Fernie's going to be joining us next or tomorrow from an event from one of our top affiliates. So looking forward to that one. And I do appreciate you guys for plugging in and really carving time out of your day for these 19 minutes of inspiration, education, and motivation. You guys have a beautiful day. Go out, take action, say thank you. Go out. My challenge is to say thank you to 3 people today. Whether it be a lead, a family member, a husband, a wife, a child, whatever that looks like for you, I challenge you to go out and say thank you to 3 people and change their lives. With that, guys, have a great one. We'll see you soon.